Okay, here we have something you've probably seen before. We have a magnet and a compass. We know the compass aligns itself, if we look at it here, with the direction of the magnetic field produced by that magnet. So this kind of points north, so to speak. So we see if we move it, the direction of the magnetic field is changing. So this isn't the magnetic field of the Earth, this is the magnetic field of this magnet here. So we can do the same thing we did with electric fields. We imagine that we find the direction of the field here, and then we follow it. So we move in the direction the arrow was pointing. You can see as we go this way, it starts to curl around. So we keep following it, and then it tells us to come back, and it leads us right back. So in the end, if we trace that, we see that we get the magnetic field that circulates around like this. Okay, if we'd started further in here, you can see the angle is already going that way, and it circles around shorter. So we get something like this. Use the letter B for a magnetic field. Okay, of course it does the same thing on the other side, or we would assume. So let's try that. Sure enough, it circles around there. If we go a little more here, it does a bigger circle. If we start right here, it does a very big circle. It goes all the way out and comes back around. Okay, so in the end, we get these loops of magnetic field around it. Okay, so that's one way of having a magnetic field. Now let's look at something else over here. What we have is our familiar power supply connected over here to a long piece of wire. Now that long piece of wire is wrapped around, let me show you from this side, is wrapped around this coil. So it just goes around, actually 500 times. So if we turn this on, let me get rid of this other magnet here. So if we turn this on, we're getting roughly an amp running through this wire, but then it goes around 500 times. So we're actually getting a current of 500 amps coming down through here. Okay, so there's a large current going straight down here, and that's what we're going to look at is close to here. What does the magnetic field look like? So we can see, oops, sorry. We look at it from above. That's the current is going straight down. So it also makes loops. Comes around like this. Kind of running out of paper, but it keeps going and comes around to the other side. So unlike the bar magnet, it actually comes back on itself. It makes a loop around that wire. So it's a little hard to draw here, but it comes out that way and circles around it and continues around the other side. So that if the current was going down into the paper right here, if that was the coil instead, the magnetic field would be making a loop around the current.